Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about Vinland Saga Season 2 on episode 16. Now this episode right here, not a lot has really happened, I guess it's just a simple setup of what's to come in the next episode. And the preview of that next episode, well, looks a little like it was a little kind of predictable, but we'll have to see, So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it, that Snake and his men are looking for, Gardar, obviously. Eventually, Einar and Thorfinn will later on meet up with, Ironheart and end up talking with her, about the situation and what happened. Ironhide, however you want to pronounce her name, ends up telling the truth to, Gardar and Thorfinn very quietly about what happened, and she did help, Gardar escape, and at the same time she's hiding him, and he is in very much in bad shape. And Einar kind of shocked and somewhat upset about this. Why did you do that? Ironheart ends up explaining the situation, why, and that it looks like to me she wants to be free. And at this point it is almost impossible at this rate because of what's happening here and there. So we have to it. Einar decides to tell Ironheart that your only choice is to get the hell out of here. That is your only option. You want to take that child with you and then take Gardar with you. You really have to get out of here. And sadly, that is the only option she really has left. I mean, should Gardar be found, he'll be killed and she'll be in despair, Because we all know how Snake works. He plans to use Ironheart as bait to lure Gardar out of there, that kind of thing, etc. And we have to it, of course, that the old man who's talking to Snake, telling him that you really have to be careful what you're doing, and that he offers his land and everything else to, Snake in exchange that he throws away his sword and all that, stating maybe you could get your life back on track or rethink about your life. But honestly, who wants to live a life of farming, etc.? Well, some people like to do that. Some people would do that anyway because that's just how they live or that's how they want to live. We don't know. But Snake, on the other hand, says, no, that's not how I'm living my life. That's not a choice I'm going to make, and that's not something I would want to do, Which is very understandable. When I look at Snake, he looks like he's been a guy who's been fighting his entire life, and he's not going to put his sword down, unless he's really dead. Eventually, we have to it that when it comes to the almost like in the last few minutes of the episode, this is where things get a little tough for the time being here and there, because Thorfinn and Einar tells Ironhide, however you pronounce her name, forgive me, that they will give her a chance to escape. Although this might come out risky, but it's worth a shot. Eventually, Einar will later on be the bait to lure out Snake and his other two men to go after him, as he would disguise himself as Gardnar in that cloaked up clothing whatsoever, However, we have to it that Thorfinn, on the other hand, decides to find a way to get Gardnar on the cart and get him out of here. Eventually, the master tells Thorfinn, "Take me with you, as I am already involved anyway." We have to it that Gardnar will later on be put on the cart, but Snake realizes something is off, which shows that he's very, very smart, knowing that Gardnar, Einar, he knows that person cannot be Gardnar that's running away from them right now, because he knows that Gardnar took a nasty freaking injury, so the way how he's running right now is not normal, which is very understandable, because... And we had to it, Snake tells his two men to go after him, while he decides to go back and take care of something. Eventually, Snake realizes that this was the truth, and his intuition and his thinking is very, very, very big. And therefore, he meets Thorfinn face to face to, that's behind, that he finds Gardnar, Okay, sorry. Snake realizes something is wrong, finds Thorfinn at the house with Gardnar trying to escape. He therefore tells Thorfinn, stand aside. There's no way I'm going to negotiate this. You know what he's done, right? He killed 5 of my men already, etc. And there's no way I'm going to let this go. This guy needs to die. Thorfinn, knowing that there's no way out of it, decides to have no choice but to fight against Snake. We had to it. They exchange a couple blows while each one is actually very pretty much almost hitting hitting each other from the other way. But we had Thorfinn, a little bit more experience, etc., manages to barely dodge Snake, you know? Eventually, Thorfinn decides to go into a stance that involves him using 2 knives, because we all know, if you guys watch Vinland Saga from the very beginning, or if you read it from the very beginning, you'll understand that Thorfinn, when he was a warrior, a killer, a fighter on the battlefield, he fought with 2 knives, and he was very much a master of combat right there, you know? And the fact that he goes into that stance, you know, is actually very scary, yet very sad, because we all know Thorfinn really wanted to grow and stay out of the violence-like way, but knowing him, there are times that you have no choice. That is the sad part, you know? So, I don't know how this is going to turn out, you know, but preview next episode, there might be hope. We don't really know, but all I know is like there might be certain consequences. Thorfinn pretty much is protecting or helping Arnhard and Gardnar escape, and he's protecting Gardnar and the guy that killed like Snake's men, you know? But honestly, it is Snake's men. It is Snake's men's fault for being stupid and dropping their guard in the first place, you know? And so forth. That goes with the other guy that allowed Arnhard to go see her husband, you know, and yada yada yada. But the way I look at Gardnar, you know, the injuries he suffered, you know, I don't know if he even has much time to live. He may have a pulse, he may lost a lot of blood, and he may live, but for some reason, I got a feeling that he's not gonna live for too long anyway. Guess we're about to find out, possibly next episode or the one after that. But one thing's for certain is that things are about to get very ugly once this event is over, because we all know what's up. That aside, yeah. Anyways, overall in this episode, all I can really tell you is that Einar, Thorfinn, talked to Arnhard about the situation. She tells the truth of what happened very quietly between the 3 of them. And we have to it, Einar and Thorfinn decides to like help Arnhard to get the heck out of here, because it's the only choice she has left, you know? Knowing that she rather live her life with Gardnar and with the new child in her belly, you know, but you know, you get the idea. However, we had to it, they went out with the plan, etc., but Snake knows that something's wrong. He therefore faces Thorfinn and knows Gardner's right behind him on that cart, and that he plans to like kill Gardnar, obviously, because that's not going to change because of what Gardnar did. As for the old man, you know, he's been trying to convince Snake to drop your sword and just live the life of farming, but Snake is not like that. He's been fighting his entire life, you know, and he's not going to give up the idea of dropping the sword or fighting, or not stop fighting or something, because he lived his life most that way. There's no way he could stop. That's the truth. So, yeah, don't know how it's going to turn out for Snake and Thorfinn, but all I know is it's going to cause more trouble down the line in the future. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. So I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-ta-da!